Hi everyone, it's Irene, and I have a little project I'd like to share with you today. I made the following clips for Pocket Letter Pals on Facebook, and I've had several people write in asking for a small tutorial. They're quite easy to make. Everybody's doing them. I've been making them for a while. I learned all my techniques from the wonderful Cynthia at the Scrappy Bookworm One, so hop on over her YouTube channel if you'd like to learn also how to make other wonderful embellishments. She also has a store on eBay that she sells her embellishments on, so if you don't have time to make any, hop on over her eBay store, which is a Scrappy Bookworm without the one. That's just her YouTube channel, and check her out. She's got some wonderful treasures to sell that she makes, minis and embellishments, so that's just something you can do. But if you do have time and you want to learn how to make some, let me show you some of the things I used. Cynthia has always gifted me some beautiful vintage buttons that I keep here, and then I have some jars here that I use, but I always go to Cynthia's. She gives me really pretty ones, vintage look-like ones, and I just love using them. So thank you so much, Cynthia. And let me just show you real quick what I made last night. Really fun to make. I'm making some Pocket Little Pals that are in the gold and silver color coordination, so I thought I'd coordinate them with some clips. And this can go in your planners and your junk journals. It can go on anything really. Just a really fun gift to make. And the things I use to make them is this ribbon that you can get at Hobby Lobby, and it comes on a spool like this, and I believe they're half off this week, so if you want to buy some of this measuring tape ribbon, you can hop on over to Hobby Lobby and get some. They originally sell for $2.99, but they're half off this week, like I said. And I also get this eyelash trim in the yarn section. I know, it doesn't. They're not called eyelash trim anywhere here. It's just yarn for them, but to us, I guess it's eyelash trim. It comes in different colors. They have a beautiful array of them, and you'll find it in the last aisle of the yarn, and they have a whole bunch of colors: silver, green, pink, white. I mean, the list is long. It's $4.99. It is not on sale this week, but you can use your 40% coupon on this if you wish. And so let me just get started how I do it. People ask what kind of glue I use, and I do use a hot glue gun when the buttons are plastic. If the buttons are metal, I'll show you what I do when they're metal. But here's a paper clip. Here's the button with the shank. I don't clip that off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little hot glue. See if I can get all thumbs here. I add a little, let me see, get my glue stick going. I add some glue to around the shank. I take the paper clip and I rest it against the shank, and I let that get kind of tacky. I get my ribbon and I cut them in 3.5 inch strips. I fold it in half. I'm going to put some glue on the inside of that ribbon, just on the inside, just a little bit. Fold it in kind of wonky. Not completely in half, but kind of wonky, not onto itself. And that glue is still on there, and it's still getting tacky. I'll add just a little bit of glue right here. Now, if this was a metal button, I also add glossy accent to my hot glue. Then I take the button, I put it onto that ribbon, and I mold that ribbon on the back around that hot glue that's still kind of tacky, and get it all molded up, because you want to close up your what I call crafty sins, and just gives it a clean look back there instead of having a glue dot hanging out or whatever. And I didn't want to put a piece of punched paper. What I usually do is flowers or whatever. That's how I make that, and it stays on very well. I've never seen these come off. Obviously people are going to grab them by the button and pull them off their project. And the other thing I do is I add a little bead dangle here as a charm. And that's my next process to these right here. But these are really fun to make. And look, it's clean looking on the back, really pretty on the front. So let's make one more. And I'm going to add some eyelash trim to this one. And you can also look at your buttons of how you want to hang them. So I'll put some hot glue. This is a plastic button, so no shank no glossy accent needed. Take the clip, push it down on the shank, and let it just get it ready for that ribbon. I'm going to add my eyelash trim first, because that's going to be the first thing seen. And then I'm going to take my ribbon. Let's see if I get on camera here. And then put a little glue in the middle of the ribbon, just a little bit. Fold it kind of on itself halfway and kind of wonky-ish, as I like to say. My mom likes that word, so I say it quite often. She's right over there, trying to stay quiet. And so then I put a little dot of glue. Take that shank with that eyelash trim on there, put it back to back. Get it all molded around that shank so all my sins can be covered, as I like to say. And then see how that eyelash trim is kind of hanging out? Then you can just trim it out if it's too much. Sometimes it's too much and you just want a little peeking out. You just want it to look like it was... Isn't that pretty? I think that's really pretty. With a little gold in there. Brings out the gold in the button. So that's really fun to make, guys. Let me see if I can show it to you on a black background. Let me see, I got a black card right here. And see how that looks with the eyelash trim? Just a little bit goes a long way. So those are really fun to make. So I'm going to make one more plastic button. Remember, if it was metal, I'd do hot glue and I would do glossy accent. And here's my paper clip on the shank and let it rest. Now remember, if you have a production line and you get all your ribbon cut up, it really goes quickly. Watching TV, making these up, really fun. Great way to use up your ribbon stash, your button stash. Paper clips, and then, oh, I forgot my eyelash trim. So I'm just going to put my eyelash trim right here. Sorry for my hand there. Get that button, put it on there, and mold that ribbon around all that glue that I have on there. It's just a little dot. You don't need a lot, especially when you're pressing down. You squeeze it out anyway. There's no glue mess. It's clean looking. And I'm just going to trim out some of this eyelash trim because it's just a little bit too much. And there it is. So let me see, get that black card here. And there it is. Isn't that pretty? I think they are. Really pretty and elegant for those particular project letter pals. And people ask also where I get my paper clips. I always get these at Staples, and they come in a container like this. This is $10 right here for all of them, and they go a long way. Sometimes you can get color coordinated ones like pinks and purples and greens. This time around they only had this, but if you look, they're about $10 for this tub. So I think that's a great deal, and you can accommodate quite a few flavors here of buttons. So go out into Hobby Lobby, get this beautiful ribbon. It's on sale now. Get some eyelash trim in the yarn section of Hobby Lobby. That's where this came from, but you can go to Joann's, and I think even Michael's has them. But remember, you go to the yarn section to get it. And I don't think the workers there name it or call it eyelash trim. I think we do, because on the label it doesn't say anything about eyelash trim, at least not this particular label. Really pretty, and there's a lot of it. And go out and make some wonderful paper clips. Use your buttons. It's so much fun. And Cynthia, thank you again for gifting me these buttons. I've been having a really good time using up these buttons in your honor, and it's been a lot of fun playing around with them in my paper clips. Hope everyone's having a great Monday, and take good care. Bye-bye.